Good evening, everyone. My name is David Peterson, and tonight we are going to talk about the housing market and specifically what's going on in Southwest Florida. So, I have pulled up here a news article that crossed my desk today. Recently, we've shared the inventory of unsold homes is growing. So, this is actually true. In recent weeks, home sales have also faltered in the face of 7% mortgage rates. So generally, as you know, the higher those interest rates go, generally the more expensive the cost of the loan. The more expensive the loan, the less people can charge for their properties. Now, historically in the 80s and early 90s, we had interest rates in the 20% and even higher. So 7% feels like a lot, but that's because for the last 2 decades, we've had since about the 2008 crash, we've had record low interest rates, 3% and below. So now that they're finally starting to come back up, the Fed's trying to ease off that quantitative easing. So that's what we're seeing in the mortgage rates. So it's saying now that we're noticing some signals that the national home prices could turn negative this spring, showing year-over-year home price declines for the first time since 2023. And yeah, this makes sense because in 2021 and 2022, during these pandemic years, there were a lot of people wanting to move and they were panicked because they didn't know if their places of business would ever be open again. So a lot of people moved, especially to Florida. And so we just saw this explosion in buyers, and there were so many buyers and not enough properties, so we had a huge spike in the market. That was one of a couple of reasons why we had an inflation in the price of homes, not to mention the inflation over the last 4 years as well. So what I want to do now is take a look at what's going on in our market. This is the Southwest Florida market, and this goes up from Cape Coral all the way down to Naples, and I also find Marco Island will list with us as well in our Southwest Florida MLS. But what you can see is in the last 7 days, we've had 1,700 new listings. So that's a lot of people going on the market. But this is the number that's even more concerning, I guess, would say the price decrease. So we have at least 3,000 people in our market that are trying to sell, and they want to sell, but they're not getting any bites, so they're reducing the price. So this is a natural correction that we're going to see in the market here. We also had 1,000 go under contract in this last week. So we have more people listing every week than we do have actually selling. So yes, right now we are in a buyer's market. If you are a buyer, this is a great time. Now, another thing I'm seeing with the agents that I talk with and my own listings is people are wondering, how do I get my listing to stand out? That's why I do Facebook ads. I like to get my listings out there for people to see that are relocating to Florida and have plans to do so. So let's continue down here. It says, today the Altos research tracked active market data shows signals for spring that are more markets are softening than fewer are pushing higher. Therefore, average price gross across the country may turn negative compared to the prior year. So all over the country, we're seeing the same trend. Now, I will say that I have heard from other agents up in more northeastern states like New York, New Jersey. They're saying people are coming back. With the last two hurricanes that we had, Ian and Milton, especially on the southwest side, people are kind of have hurricane fatigue. And as a result of that, insurance prices have come up. Another thing that's caused insurance prices to come up is we've had a lot of lawsuits. Florida leads the country with homeowner lawsuits against insurance companies. So those all cause the price of insurance to go up. So those are a couple things that I'm seeing in the market. We do have some people moving back up to the northern states that they normally come from, and they have the fatigue. They were here. They lived through one hurricane and they said, that's enough for me. Let's sell it. So now is not a great time to sell. But if you do sell, I can share some strategies with you how we can get the most money for your business, but at the same time be realistic. One other thing I will show you here, let's look at some stats for residential, and we're going to look at the days on market versus the list price medium. So yeah, basically what this is showing is through the last 4 years that the number of days it takes to sell is like back in 2021 and 2022, they would just sell in 3 or 4 days, which is really unusual. And we finally come back to a normal level of about 50 days or a month and a half. So this is all normal. We're just coming back to where we were a couple years ago, the normal part of the cycle. So there are a lot of homes to choose from right now, and we're going to go over that more in depth. We're going to look at different homes from different neighborhoods in a future video. We'll probably cover Naples next. But anyways, thanks for joining us tonight. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and my information's in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe and thumbs up this video if you liked it. And yeah, let me know what market you would like to see next time. Okay, take care.